Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. The loner decks are once again here for the event, and honestly, they're actually pretty good this time, mostly because of this one, Labyrinth. Yes, we all know. Labyrinth is very good right now in the fairy/fiend type festival, and even the loner deck will get you exactly what you need, which is many victories. However, the other two are not to be overlooked, that being Cyber Angel and Fluffle. Both of which are very interesting, and we're going to go over them. Obviously, I think we already know which one is the best. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's Labyrinth. It's very simple. Labyrinth is by far the best of the loner decks, but I do want to go over all of them and show you how each of them work. We're going to start off with Labyrinth here because I'm pretty sure most of you already know how this works, but we're just going to do a quick rundown of this one. So let's hop into the replay and show you how this deck performs. I'm not going to show you the deck, just let's hop into the replay. Alright, so here we are going second, so hopefully we can do something here. And my opponent is going to just pass. I didn't even realize that they passed because I would have activated Chandelier, but I was like, sure, it's fine. And then I realized, oh, it was the end phase. I should have activated something there. We draw into the second Chandelier because, of course, we do. But we're going to normal summon the Ariane to activate, or to special summon out the Ariana. Ariana's going to grab Coup Clock. Then we're going to activate the Coup Clock and then activate the Chandelier, grabbing ourselves a big welcome. Coup Clock will then add itself back to hand, and now we can go for the big welcome. This allows us to then summon out the lovely lady from hand because we drew it, and there's only one. Great. So we're going to go and activate the effect of Ariane, as well as the effect of Lovely, as well as the effect of Chandelier. So we're going to actually special summon out this Ariana, and then we pop a card, and we also get to draw into the lady, which is pretty nice. We're going to reset the Ghastly Glitch, and then just go to battle. There's not really any more that we can do here. I tried to figure out if there was more battle damage that we could do, but there wasn't. And then, of course, they have Evenly Matched, because of course they do. And Evenly Matched is a cool card that shouldn't be banned in every event, and just in general, in a best of one. Anyway, I'm just going to pass the turn, and yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to activate the Chandelier here, as well as the Coup Clock, to which they will then negate with Crossout Designator, the Coup Clock. Which is so beyond funny, but okay. Anyway, we reset the Welcome Labyrinth. They're going to go Cosmic Cyclone, and I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Anyway, we summon the lovely the Lady Lab here, and then I'm like, oh, they have two cards in hand, and I can snipe one of them with Lovely, so I'm going to banish the Big Welcome, bounce back my cards to hand, pop a card in their hand, which will also trigger the Chandelier to add itself back to hand, and they go for the Infib. I'm like, you are on 700 life points, and they set one. I'm like, that better be Big Welcome, and even if it is Big Welcome, it's not enough. So we draw for turn, and it's Stovey Torby, and it's Dimensional Barrier. Yeah, you know, sometimes your opponent draws 6 dead cards. We hit the Ice Dragon's Prison, and of course we didn't hit Evenly Matched or Cross Out or Cosmic or Infip or any of that stuff. But yeah, it didn't matter. There you go. There's the game. Let's hop into the next loner decks. Alright, so next up we have an actual interesting one, Cyber Angel. I'm just kidding, it's not Cyber Angel, it's actually Herald of Perfection Turbo. That's it. That's all that you're trying to do. You're trying to summon this guy. Why? Because it's infinite negates, basically. They gave us Ava, they gave us Ben 10, they gave us Herald of Perfection. You know what we're doing. That's basically it. It's just get as many of the fairies in hand and stack Herald of Perfection negation. Pretty simple, cool. Now, granted, there are other plays that you can do. For example, going second, you can go into the Dakini in order to send away cards, or the Izana as well. Or Vrash, I mean, is not bad. None of them are bad. They're pretty decent. This one is able to destroy face-up monsters, which is nice. This one makes your opponent send a card. This one also makes your opponent send a back row. This is a monster. They're fine. You could also like loop Ben 10 and E to 10. You know, you summon the E to 10, grab a spell, tributing the Ben 10 to grab a monster, right? But no one cares about that. What you're really wanting to do is search Herald of Dawn of Herald with something like a Diviner sending Herald of Arclight, and then with something like Pre-Prep, you're able to search out Herald of Perfection. Then using a Ben 10 or an E to 10, you just summon the Herald of Perfection. Also, this will then add back whatever you ended up tributing so that you can use it again or use it as disruption. So that's basically it. Also, Trios does some stuff in here, which is pretty interesting. And there's also Fallen Sanctuary in here for reasons. Let's hop into the duel and show you how this deck performs. Alright, so here we are going first, and hey, look at that, that's full combo. So we're going to start off here with the Diviner, we start off with Pre-Prep, preparation, grab up that Herald, then we're going to go for the Diviner to grab up the Dawn of the Herald, and then we're going to activate Dawn of the Herald, tributing the Ben 10 to go for Herald of Perfection. So then we're going to activate the Ben 10 as well as the Dawn of the Herald in order to grab back that Ben 10, and Ben 10 can then search out Trios. Trios is then going to tribute the Diviner on the field in order to special summon out a Buten. Buten is just a level 1 tuner that we can summon off of Diviner being tributed, so now we can go for the Master Flare Hyperion. Master Flare Hyperion is going to send something, and then that allows us to cycle the Fallen Sanctuary, because I don't want to draw it in the deck, and that's basically it. And then my opponent concedes. Yeah, look, Herald of Perfection is not a cool card, and we did have Ava in hand, which would have then been able to actually search out an additional 2 negates, basically. So, yay. Alright, those last 2 weren't exactly the most interesting, but this one is much better. Fluffle is very interesting and has a lot of various different lines that you can go through in order to get to a myriad of different things. And basically none of it is hit, which makes it very fun. So yeah, this is, if you don't know what Fluffle does, basically it goes through its entire deck multiple times, and then fusion summons out things like Tiger or Cruel Whale, which are both insanely powerful. And then Toy Vendor can loop itself for days. You also have things like Fluffle, or no, not Fluffle Dog, Fluffle Penguin, which can special summon multiple times. You know, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. It's just like a very good. You use the Edge Imps in order to go into your powerful monsters, like for example, again, the Cruel Whale, as well as Tiger. You also are able to, you know, gain effects in the graveyard due to like Toy Vendor and stuff like that. Basically, if you see Toy Vendor, you're having a good time. And then yeah, it's basically a polymerization deck, which is odd because most decks don't use polymerization; they use something else. But Fry for Fusion specifically banishes from field to grave, and this one allows you to use your hand, which is great. So yeah, we're gonna hop into the duel and show you how this deck performs. It's kind of hard to explain, so we're just gonna show you. Alright, so here we are going second, and we drew a pretty good hand. And we're playing the mirror match. So my opponent goes for the Fry for Patchwork into... Okay, this might not be the mirror match. This could be Branded, or I guess Despia. So they're going to activate the polymerization, and okay, I see the penguin, and yeah. Sheep? Sheep. Now, mind you, sheep is not bad. It does bring itself back. However, if you can destroy it twice, it's dead. It dies. So there's that. It does also increase its attack if it is destroyed. So if you like destroy it once and it comes back, and then you destroy it again, it comes back as like a 36 or something like that, which is very funny. So it becomes a 28 and then a 36. I think that's how that works. Anyway, they grab the Fry for Fusion and then they set one and pass, and I'm like very confused. Okay. They had the Fry for Fusion. They could have gone for something else, I would have imagined, but that's fine. We draw into, I believe it was... I think we drew into Edge Chain or something like that. Anyway, we're going to start off with the Toy Vendor. We're going to activate the effect as a Toy Vendor, pitching the wings. And then we're going to special summon out the dog, because we happen to draw the dolphin there. Dog is then going to grab up the penguin, because penguin is very good in a fusion scenario. So we're going to grab up that polymerization as well as Scythe, and then we're going to activate the polymerization. They end up going for Stained Glass of Light and Dark, which is a very funny card. And because they have a Fiend monster, I'm going to draw a card, discard a card at random, and then discard another card. So I draw into the Fluffle Dog, and the random card that they discard is the Edge Chain, which I needed! Rude! Anyway, that's fine. We'll just go for the Cruel Whale here, and not keep the Scythe, but that's fine. We're going to go and activate 3 of our effects. The Cruel Whale to destroy a card on both players' side of the field, as well as the Edge Chain and the Penguin. So they're going to fuse with their Edge Scythe into Saber Tooth, and I'm like, that's totally fine. We're going to try and pop their card. They're going to protect with Scythe, and we're going to draw 2 and discard 1. We end up hitting a Toy Vendor, so we're going to activate the Toy Vendor as well in the graveyard to grab up the Sabers. We're then going to use Bear to reset a Toy Vendor so that we can do it again, because it's not a hard once per turn on either of its effects. Fantastic. So we're going to activate the Toy Vendor, pitching the Sabers to grab up a nothing, and then we get to go for the Wing here. Wing is going to banish, we're going to draw a card, and then we're also going to send the Toy Vendor to draw another card, and then we're also going to search out another Fluffle off of that Toy Vendor. Yes, we just grabbed 3 cards to our hand, it's crazy. Anyway, we're going to go and grab up another wings, and then we're going to special summon the penguin and special summon the dolphin. No, I believe we special summon the penguin, special summon the dolphin, and at that point we still had Frightful Fusion. We still had the ability to attack over that monster, as you saw there, and yeah, we can also boost with Cruel Whale. We could go into a myriad of other fusions as well, like Tiger, which can attack multiple times and pop cards. So at that point, the game is well and truly over. So yeah, good game. Honestly, these loner decks are all very good. I actually really enjoyed these loner decks. They're not insanely powerful by any means, but due to the fact that not as many hand traps are even available right now, besides like Imperm, these loner decks actually work very well. They're still not playing like the most optimal cards. Like Raigeki is great and stuff, and like Harpy's Feather Duster is good. But like, you know, Cyber Angel isn't the strongest. Labyrinth is basically fine. Like, yeah, this totally works. It's not insane by any means. Like, Absolute Backjack, not really great. Ku Klok at 3, not the greatest. Ariana at 3, or Ariane at 3, not very great. The traps that they're actually using also not the greatest. But other than that, I mean, it's still Labyrinth. You're still able to do the big welcome Labyrinth loops and stuff like that. So that's great. And then Fluffle is just thoroughly enjoyable. And honestly, Stained Glass of Light and Dark is a hilariously fun card to use. So there you go. But yeah, all in all, I do really enjoy these loner decks, and they're definitely better than the ones in the past. And so yeah, there you go. As of what is best, obviously it's the Labyrinth, then the Fluffle, and then the Machine Angel Ritual, or Cyber Angel. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.